This is Daily Blast Live. We're talking about what you're talking about.
It's because everyone's talking about this.
Always live, always real, always unpredictable.
I think that's taking it to another level.
Yeah. Log on and join our live conversation.
He said this as we were coming on TV.
DBL starts right now.
3, 2. Welcome to Daily Blast Live. It is Wednesday, July 24th. I'm here with Erica and Brandon. I'm Jeff. Let's get to it. For some reason, I wanted to say everyone's last name, even my own. That was weird.
Say it.
You know why? Because I always say Erica Cobb. I don't know why I said that.
Everybody does that.
Yeah,
I don't know. It's like I have enough syllables in my first name.
I know. It's weird. I don't know why. I just wanted to share. All right, guys. Tonight, everyone is talking about this photo. That's Nicole Murphy, Eddie Murphy's ex, locking lips with a married man. His name is Antoine Fuqua. The two were spotted kissing while vacationing in Italy. Initially, Nicole said it was just a, quote, friendly hello, but now she is apologizing, saying, quote, it was not my intention to be in this situation. I do not condone women kissing or interacting in any way inappropriately with a married man. I too was once married, and I would never intentionally undermine another woman despite what has been written. I think they caught him more than once. I thought I read somewhere. I thought they caught him twice.
So they got a hi and a hello kiss.
Oh, hello and a goodbye. I don't know if that's true. I thought I read that somewhere.
Thoughts, Erica?
Yeah, you know, life is long. It's okay. First of all, it's never okay to be with someone else's spouse. But I also know that you don't really know the context of everyone's situation. Clearly, there is the wife is upset, so that means that there wasn't an open relationship. Maybe they aren't on the outs. And he's cheating, which would be very bad.
And he's not a nobody. He was director of training, Dan, so people know who he is.
And he was getting an award out there at the festival in Italy, which he's there for. And they said that it wasn't like they went out there together, they bumped into each other. But Erica, I want to ask you, because I was reading on TMZ, and TMZ said they posted the last picture that Antoine and Leela have posted together. So I'm thinking maybe they're separated. Chloe was dating James Harden when she was legally separated with Lamar
down to her
Odom.
Kardashian situation.
No, I'm just saying, is it okay? Would it be okay if the context was he's separated from his wife and now he could be...
Well, yeah, because I understand that. Okay. Like, my ex-husband and I were separated long before anyone knew, like talking over a year before anyone knew that was the case. So it was a very awkward situation because you're going out and doing things that you normally wouldn't do, and people are like, aren't you married? Well, clearly I'm not wearing my ring, I'm not. So I think that you can't really, you just don't know what's happening behind closed doors.
You don't know. And it almost seemed like she's apologizing for what came out, but maybe there is a situation that's just between them two. You know, I'm saying that's okay, that maybe he is separated. I'm just guessing.
I didn't see in the picture if he had his ring on or off either, so.
Well, for men, it generally doesn't matter. I'm just gonna be honest.
All right.
Well, a lot of men don't wear their rings.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Yeah, Jeff, well,
my brother doesn't sometimes.
Midwest values.
I
nice
take it off,
Catholic
though, when I
boy.
go to the gym and stuff, though. I do. I don't wear it all the time. I think that's crazy, but whatever. This isn't about me. A big congratulations is in order for actress Anne Hathaway. Let's get over to Stephanie Jones. She has a story coming in hot.
That's right. Anne made the big announcement this morning that the 36-year-old is pregnant with her second child. Look at that cute baby bump. The actress also hinted at infertility struggles in her caption, writing, "Please know it was not a straight line to either of my pregnancies." So we want to say congratulations, Anne, and back to you guys.
There you go. Congrats is in order.
Number 2, any advice to her?
No. Listen, everything's a stage, and this too shall pass. At least that's what I tell myself. All right, guys. Tonight, a Big Brother house guest is getting called out again for his comments that some say are racist. Jack Matthews made a joke on the live stream this week while talking about another house guest, Isabella Wang, who is Asian, by the way. Let's watch.
How could that even be an argument when you just look at the proof is in the pudding? Like
the rice pudding.
This is not a first for Jack. He has been accused of racism before on the show with 3 other contestants, Ovi, Jessica, and Kemi. Jack was warned by production to stop, and CBS didn't air any of his comments, and now there's a petition going around to get him kicked off the show. It has over 7,000 signatures. Here we go again. Every year it seems like Big Brother has some kind of controversy on their hands. In case you guys don't know, I was on the show 2 times before. I did say some things on the show that I'm not proud of. I have apologized. I am sorry. I said sorry for the last 10 years. I don't condone racism. I don't condone people saying anything. I want to make that clear because a lot of people seem to be unclear about that. I don't condone any of that. I don't condone what he did on there, but I do know what it's like to be in that house. I'm not saying being in that house makes you a racist. Please listen to what I'm saying because I want to be very clear. I'm saying it is a pressure cooker in there. It does change who you are slightly, but it doesn't make you a racist, obviously. I want to take this young man and try to make him a better person. People from all over the country are in this house. You're on camera 24/7, 24 hours, 7 days a week on camera for months at a time, okay? So if you say something off-color or an off-color joke like this, like it seemed like he did, I want to give him the benefit of the doubt and give him a chance to learn from this. He should not be condemned for the rest of his life for what he's saying. Maybe he didn't grow up with certain types of people around him. Maybe this is a time to teach someone like this and teach someone that you know a lesson into how people should act. It taught me something I've been learning since the day I was born, and I can continue to learn. So when I say I want to support these house guests, that means I want to try to teach them a lesson when they get out of the house. I want to make that very clear to our viewers.
And you're a man for that, you know, to sit there and to apologize for things you may have said in the past. Hey, I've made all types of jokes, you know, in the past, and that's been open. I've gotten called out for things in the past, stereotypes or whatever. But it's one of those things to me where it's like, if I'm in that house, now I know where he stands, what he is. Don't kick him off the show. Don't penalize him or whatever. Let him stay on the show. We know what he is. There are people who are going to watch the show to see what else he says. I mean, if you have a problem with him playing on a stereotype, then you should have a problem with, you know, women running around with, you know, their tops off and stuff on other reality shows. So I just feel like it's one of those things where it's like, all right, we know where this guy stands. If when he gets off the show, you see him in the street, do you still have that same energy at the same time? But at the same time, don't kick him off for something.
And he doesn't know what he said. I mean, production might have alerted it to him. You know, like, hey, listen, you might have said something. It seems that way. I don't know because I'm not there anymore. But you don't know how the audience is perceiving you till after your time is up in that house, after that 100 days is over. So you go in as nobody, and you come out the center of people's attention, whether it may be good or bad. So it's a shock.
He doesn't know that we know right now?
He does not know. Right.
So, but I think what you said is very important. There has to be a path to redemption, and when people don't know what they don't know, to be very clear about it. So when people are like, oh, you know, you're racist, and you don't explain to them why it's inappropriate to do certain things, and I'm not saying everyone, but for some people, they simply don't know what they don't know. And there has to be a path to redemption. I would much rather have someone say something and feel some type of way, realize that what they said was not the right thing to say, grow from that experience, and move on, because we've all said things that we shouldn't have said and done things that we shouldn't have done. The difference is we're not all on camera 24/7. So the idea of having a path to redemption is very important, but at the same time, is it fair to the rest of the house guests to have someone that they know or they're feeling overtly racist in the same house? So I think that there's 2 elements and 2 sides to the story.
And that's why you people tune in to watch, because of that social experiment. Do I jeopardize what I have going on here because it's a good thing, and say something and call someone out on their misbehavior and risk my game for that? So the social dynamic to it is very interesting, but it's up to each individual player to see if they want to say that while they're in the house. When they come in the house, say whatever you want, correct whoever says anything wrong. But I do want to clear that up because there's been I just wanted to clear that up.
It's important. It's important, and you said it beautifully.
All right, guys. Lifetime is working on some new projects ripped straight from the headlines. Raquel Villanueva has details at the moment.
That's right, Jeff. Lifetime is working on a new movie, and the title says it all. It's called College Admission Scandal. They don't directly say it's about Lori Loughlin and Felicity Huffman, but they describe it as 2 wealthy moms who will do anything to get their kids into college. Now, you can catch the film this fall, and also in the works is a follow-up docuseries called Surviving Our Kelly: The Aftermath. He's behind bars right now, and many people credit the original series for making that happen. And there's another series planned too. Surviving Jeffrey Epstein will look into the allegations made against the New York businessman.
All right. Thank you so much, Raquel. Well, everyone, are you interested still in something there?
What's that?
You made a noise. I thought you wanted to jump in.
I was going to crack a joke, but no. I was going to say, oh, yeah, there's another one coming out, Touched by Spacey, but no, it's kind of inappropriate and not funny, so let's move on.
I should have just kept going.
Yeah.
All right. Everyone is talking about the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills reunion. So much drama as always. Erica, take it away with a little mini reality roundup.
Reality roundup. Okay, there's a lot to talk about from last night's reunion. First, let's talk about Lisa Rinna. She talked about her daughter's battle with anorexia and admitted that she might have food issues too, just from, quote, being in this business. Lisa says she feels like she blames herself for her daughter's eating disorder. Yeah.
Do you want to discuss that a little bit? Because I think it's important. I think it isn't. I condone her in a way for kind of blaming herself, because I feel pressure to be a certain way on camera. I don't know if it's on camera or that's just the way I feel. So she's been on camera for a long, long time. And if her daughter's seeing what her mom does, maybe she's just absorbing some of those habits.
And a lot of times the kids can't handle the pressure of being a celebrity's son or daughter. I know with, I'm not calling my brother out or anything, but for me, my dad being football coach, everyone knows Mike London. Everyone in the coaching game knows Mike London. To me, I thrived off that because I wanted to be better than my father. But since my brother was kind of a junior, I guess sometimes that pressure kind of made him not want to, rise above some of the challenges that he was faced growing up. So that sort of thing.
Well, see, I think Lisa Rinna is, first of all, she said that she was the same size since she was 20 years old, and she is very small. But it's the normalization, I should say, in Hollywood of being extra tiny. Like for me, I didn't grow up with any body issues, but at the same time, when I got to my adult years and I started doing things more in the entertainment field, I did feel more pressure. Now I'm just like, well, this is just the way I am.
I'm getting to that point too, because it's not getting any better. But I do applaud her for speaking out. Yeah. And speaking of children, I do watch The Hills, the new seasons, and Tommy Lee and Pamela Anderson's son is on there. 20 years old. I want to applaud that kid. He said he grew up so fast and already did all the things that he shouldn't have done at such a young age, and now he doesn't do any of that. He's got his life together, doing movies. But I'm like, if you grow up like one of those guys and live in Malibu, it's tough to keep it together. So I want to give him a shout out because he really does have it together.
And that was your mini edition of Reality Roundup.
Brandon just wanted to get one in there. Singer Lance Bass has a crazy story about Britney Spears. Trust me, you guys are going to want to hear this. That's coming up. Plus a big surprise from Anne Hathaway. Another one. And before we go, tonight we're remembering Blade Runner star Rutger Hauer. He passed away at 75 years old. His funeral was held today. We'll be right back.
Okay, was I supposed to go on and then discuss?
So, hold on.
Oh.
They want you to finish it?
Oh, because he said on cam and then the rest of stuff.
Sorry.
So Erica's talking to the booth.
I jumped in because I thought we were stopping.
Behind the scenes.
I didn't know what I was talking about.
No, I thought so too.
What's going on? Let's go ahead and have this conversation right here.
I was just trying to pick it up.
Get some good tidbits. Okay. What's up? Never mind. They stopped the conversation right when I gave y'all the mic.
Tidbits?
Yeah, because I was telling them, you were talking to one of the producers in ear to give them the behind the scenes, so they didn't think you were crazy because you were just talking out loud.
Well, there are times that I do talk out loud and I don't have an earpiece in.
When she comes in, sometimes she comes in, she'll be like this with her back. She'll be like, "Oh, my Lanta." I'm like, who is my Lanta? Who is she talking to right now?
Remember we did that story the other day about talking to ourselves,
Yes.
So now when I do it, because I admitted that I do that, but now I do it and I'm like at the gym or something, I'm like, oh my God, I totally talk to myself way too much.
But that's
now I catch myself all the time.
I encourage myself from time to time. Like, let's say the elevator's about to close or something and I make it through, I'll be like, okay, B-Lun, you still got it. Like, it's weird.
I always try to see two sides of every story, and then if we talk about something in the morning meeting, I'm usually at the gym or something. And so then I see two sides of the story, and I'm like talking to myself with each side. So I'm like, so how about if you saw it like this? And I'm like, no, what if I said it like this? So I'm having a conversation in my head to myself about both sides of a story.
You know what that's called?
Crazy?
Insanity.
Yeah, I know.
No,
It's driving me
it's
crazy.
normal. It's completely normal.
But I do
My
do that, and
conversations are generally calming myself down.
Mine just, it's out loud. Like I'm at the gym, I'm like, Britney Spears is not. I'm like, what? I know, I see ya.
What? Who was that?
Welcome back to DBL. It's What Up Wednesday, and I've got all the juicy gossip that you lot are talking about. So let's head on over to our What Up World map, where our first stop is in California, home of Jennifer Lopez. And today is her 50th birthday. Can you believe it? I definitely can't. Well, the birthday girl posted this video of herself dancing on Instagram, showing that she's still got the killer moves. Here is what's up. Yes, Jenny from the Block's looked ageless since the 90s, but wouldn't we all if we all had our own personal trainer, chef, a ton of cash to spend on a glam squad? Well, once I win the lottery, DBL Nation, we can all look like J-Lo. And we have to say that Jenny from the Block is looking glamorous as ever. Next up, we're going over to Las Vegas, where we are seeing that Lance gave Britney Spears a very big secret for her engagement party. I'm sorry, I'm having one slight issue, but Lance gave Britney Spears a very special message when it was her Las Vegas wedding. Now, he said that he actually announced to her when she was crying that he was gay. Now, I would like to say, do we all remember that this marriage only lasted 55 hours? And if I was having a shotgun wedding in Vegas, I've got to say, Lance, I wouldn't be happy about you coming out. I know that it's a big deal, and you're also Jeff's bestie, but I really, really think that now was not the time. Moving on to our next location, we are going to go to Paris Hilton's house because she's got a very big surprise for her dog. That's right, the heiress took it to Instagram to show off the two-story mansion. It's got air conditioning, heating, designer furniture, and a chandelier. And rumor has it that Hilton dropped $3,500,000 on this bad boy. Now here's what's up. Her designer dogs have a much better life than us mere mortals. And in my next life, I would like to come back as a celeb's pampered pooch. That's all for this week's What Up Wednesday, and coming up next.
It's official, old buddy. Well, it has been.
It was so bad.
You were amazing.
You've never been in our hearts evermore, Leo. The critics are loving Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, but will you go and see it? We'll let you know. Our Movie Pros DBL Take coming up next.
Welcome back, DBL Nation. We're here with Beauty Blast. I'm Jeray for the Slay, and you might recognize this beautiful young lady, Miss Stephanie Jones, with me today. Today, we're bringing you some brand new beauty tips on how you can be slaying the summer all year long. It doesn't just have to stop for summer, guys. It can go all year, and you can keep doing these looks that slay. All right. So to start off today, I'm actually gonna be showing you guys a quick way to involve neon color into a beautiful look. As you can see, Steph is slaying already. But maybe Steph just wants to do a little something different, be cute. You know, she's always cute, but be outside of her little box. And that's where the Fenty Beauty liquid liners come into play beautifully. Now these guys come in pairs of 3s. I got one with yellow, pink, and white in it. And I thought with our yellow theme that we were already doing, might as well show off that yellow. So how would you use these? I can tell you exactly that. Now, my favorite way to use these guys is actually using dots. This is a great way without having to have too much precision or too much handwork. You can truly just use the little dots to actually guide your look. So, Steph, I'm gonna have you close, Bill. And for this look, I'm gonna gently just apply 3 dots from the end of the eye. So 1, 2, and maybe one more right in the middle. Let's try that one more time. 3. And this, so subtle, yet so cute. Now, if you want to add one more, you could actually go ahead and take one. Go ahead and open and look straight up. Perfect. Right in the inner corner of the eye. Now, this looks a little different. However, what it does is actually help to guide the eye up and out and brighten the eye in the inner corner as well. Now, you can always do graphic liner and all that jazz, but some of us have a little bit more of a shaky hand. So this is a great way to create a beautiful look that still slays, but doesn't take too much time. Am I right? Okay, girl. Now that's gonna be all for us for this time, you guys, but check us out for next Beauty Blast, where we'll be uncovering if the stash is coming back around. I don't know if you're ready for that. Ooh.
Welcome back to DBL. Some of summer's biggest movies premiere this month, like Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, starring Leonardo DiCaprio and Brad Pitt. Entertainment correspondent Maude Garrett teamed up with the streaming site Tubi to give us a preview, and you get to check it out.
If you're looking for a critically acclaimed film to watch, both in the theaters and free on Tubi TV, I've got your recommendations here. Everyone's talking about Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
Put it there. That's your son? No, it's my stunt double, Cliff Booth.
It's Quentin Tarantino's 9th film. He is bringing it here with an all-star cast. I'm talking Leonardo DiCaprio in his first film in 4 years, teaming up for the very first time with Brad Pitt.
It's official, old buddy. Well, has been.
Now, what Quentin's doing in this movie is that he's telling truthful stories with real-life people intertwined in a fictional way, as he does best. And in this case, you have Margot Robbie playing Sharon Tate.
That's me. I play Miss Carlson, the klutz.
Real-life person who unfortunately was murdered in the Manson murders that took place at the end of the 60s as well.
Charlie's gonna dig you.
So all of these real-life stories are being intertwined in such an amazing way. Critics have already seen it during the film festivals and they are just loving it.
Hey, you're Rick Dalton. Don't you forget it.
And if you're wanting a big, critically acclaimed film on Tubi.tv that you can watch absolutely free, my recommendation has to go to Crash. This movie won the Best Picture at the 2005 Academy Awards, and it's pretty clear to see why. You've got the likes of Sandra Bullock, Handy Newton, Brendan Fraser, all in this movie. And it's a really, really telling tale that takes place in LA, where it asks you to not judge a book by its cover because it tells the same story from many different perspectives. It is a hard film to watch, but a must-watch film indeed. Daily Blast Live, back to you.
Thanks, Maude.
So you guys went to a little movie premiere, I heard?
Did we?
Yeah.
Had a great time.
I had a great time. I thought the movie was fantastic. What'd you think?
Man, I thought the 2 hours I was there for the movie was absolutely.
Did you really leave?
I left. Yeah, man, because that was a long movie. Are you gonna put me on the spot right now?
Well, you said it
all that
yesterday.
time. I bought you a drink. Like, you really gonna put me on the spot? I was there for a long time. It's the part with Bruce Lee that just threw me off.
All right, well, I don't want to give any spoilers.
No spoilers.
I don't want to give any spoilers, but the end was fantastic, just so you know, so you missed a great part. The whole movie was fantastic. I thought I'll give it 9 out of 10. Leonardo DiCaprio is my favorite actor. He killed it, but I got to tell you, Brad Pitt stole the show.
Yep.
Yeah, he did a great job.
Because I saw Brad Pitt for 2 hours.
You did Once Upon a Time, Good Night.
The red carpet was fun. I'm glad all of our DBL people got to come out. Go check my social media for the pictures. I'm about to post them now. I did it for the gram.
Did you also stand next to your new Bugatti?
Oh, we'll be right back.
I am Patti Donnelly, and I am the Senior Supervising Producer at Daily Blast Live. I manage the show and the staff, and I oversee creative and help pick the stories. You know, and I also help by just using my past experience to better produce pieces and content on the show. A typical day at DBL for me starts at 6:30 in the morning, and that is super early. So it generally starts with me hitting snooze 4 times and then going to Starbucks and then rolling in at 6:30 on the dot. Whew, it's hard. And in the morning when we come in is my first meeting of the day. It's at 6:30 and it's the creative content meeting, and it's with just 4 other producers and then Chris Clark, the executive producer of the show, and myself. And basically we hear what stories are going on, what has been happening overnight, what the news is, and we start planning the show and what we're gonna put in it and what stories we care about. It's actually my favorite time of the day. It's really fun and it's my favorite thing ever, which kind of sucks that it's like in the morning because after that, then there's nothing to look forward to, but I love that meeting. Since it's such a small group, we laugh a lot and tell a lot of jokes and just come up with some really great ideas because of it, and it's really awesome. What I like best about working at DBL as opposed to other shows is that we have a really cool culture here, and it is a lot different from when I worked in LA, meaning we put the show above, you know, we care about the show, we want the show to do well, but we don't put it above ourselves. And that's something that a lot of times in LA, you sacrifice a lot to make sure the show is awesome. And here we, I think, almost have our priorities in balance a little more, and we laugh a little bit more because of it.
Welcome back to DBL. We love sharing your comments, right, Erica?
That's right. Singing Mary 100 says, well said, Jeff. We all say and do things in our lives that we are not proud of. Hopefully, we all learn and grow from our mistakes. Thank you for your compassion and insight.
Well, I wish everyone thought like Singing Mary, but they don't.
Yeah.
You can't make everybody happy all the time.
You really can't, nor should you try.
I try, but it's never going to happen. I appreciate that, Singing Mary. All right, guys, we'll be back tomorrow. Same time, same place. Happy Hump Day, everybody. See you tomorrow.